Thank you for tuning in as we continue our video series on preparing for the Affordable Care Act. In this video, we will be going over how to code a singular employee as you add them to the system, and also how to update an individual employee status if you find that it's changed throughout the year. Prior to moving forward, we'd like to take a moment to remind you that you should have already identified the employee at your company that will be your Affordable Care Act expert. That person should be watching this video. If you have not designated an employee to be your in-house expert, suggest that you reach out to your benefits broker or third-party consultant for their expertise and advice. While we'll be providing tools and reports to help you manage the Affordable Care Act, you will need to determine what to do with this information for your company. This includes, but it is not limited to, items such as how an employee should be coded, what to do when an employee status changes, and how your benefit plans may need to be adjusted based on information from your reports. We begin this video from the main menu, and we're going to go ahead and click on Employee Information. To add a new employee, we'll click on the new Hire wizard, and we'll enter some data now. We'll dummy up a little information here. It's not to say that I'm a dummy, but we are going to use my information. For my purposes, I'm going to say that I'm a full-time employee, generously pay myself $10 an hour, and we'll leave the rest of the information the way it needs to be. When we click Add Employee, it's opened up to my screen, and I can go check my Affordable Care Act status, and there I am at full-time. Now, like everything else in our system, it's date-driven, so if at some point down the road we recognize that I'm not a full-time employee and I actually should be part-time, I can change my status. Change it to part-time. I'll need to end date this, so we'll end date it, say as 12/15/2014, and my new status starts on 12/16/2014. Likewise, if this weren't part-time, or if it were anything a seasonal, I could mark myself as variable hour or seasonal. If I was eligible for a premium credit, or if I was exempt from the individual mandate, those could be marked as well. Don't need to worry about saving those changes. And that concludes this video on how to code an employee upon entering them into the system, and also how to update an individual employee status from the ACA tab in Employee Information. Thanks for tuning in.